Okay, Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. I'm delighted to be joined by Christopher Ousley after his win on Saturday night on the anti-Joshua Usyk undercard at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Christopher, thanks for giving me a bit of your time this afternoon, or I know it's the morning where you are in sunny Chicago. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. To be honest, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this position that I am right now. Happy to be speaking with you, being able to do another interview. So I appreciate you having me on.
No worries at all. So, congratulations on the win on Saturday night. Over 10 rounds, good fight. Are you able to talk me through it? How did you rate your performance? How do you think you performed on Saturday?
Honestly, I haven't personally, I haven't seen the footage yet. We working on getting the footage, or they put it up online. But overall, as in like from others and from my coach and my team and like the commentators and everyone else that was able to see the fight, like they gave me an A, like they gave me an A through B, A through F. They said, like I was aggressive. It was a brilliant performance by me. And hats off to my opponent as well, because he came to fight. Like he really did come to fight. It was an excellent fight, but I just it was my night that night.
Absolutely. And in terms of people you spoke to, does that include your trainer? What did he have similar feedback for you? Was he positive about your performance?
Yeah, absolutely. He was very proud of my performance. He said, like I showed it, I put it on the line. So he was very proud of my performance. Like of course we always gonna have things to work on and get better at, but he was overall proud of my performance.
Fantastic. And just wanted to touch on the scorecards as well. I know two judges had you winning, one judge had it a draw. I know you've said you've not seen the fight back then, but when the final bell went, how confident were you that you were going to get the decision, being on foreign ground, being on a big stage? What was going through your mind as the scorecards were about to be read out?
When they announced the first scorecard, when they said a draw, when the first judge ruled it a draw, I was a little bit in shock, because I thought that I had control of the entire fight. Like I stayed coming, I pressed the issue, like I kept coming forward, towards the later rounds, 7th, 8th, 9th. He held a lot, like he held me a ton, I guess because the body shots starting to affect him. But I was the utmost confident, like when a final bell rung, I was confident. Like I knew that I had that fight, but when a judge read a draw, I was like, oh, okay. But then when the other judge had me up 2 rounds, I was like, okay, that's good enough. But I thought I was up even more. I thought I controlled the fight. I thought, he fought on my pace, like I issue, he fought on my pace. I did what I wanted to do the entire fight. I never was in a situation where I was in a situation where I felt uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm glad it went well. It certainly looked that way from where I was sitting in the stadium. It looked like you were pretty dominant throughout the fight. Glad it went well. And just want to ask generally, like, obviously it's a big stage. It was a big football ground. I know you're not a massive soccer fan. I remember speaking to you at the media workout. But what did you just think of where you were getting changed, the stadium as a whole, the facilities? Was there anything that surprised you? Was there anything that you were kind of taken aback by? What did you think of the day as a whole?
The day as a whole, like I'll send you the link when we finish. Like, like when I first walked into the stadium, I was so in shock that I didn't cry from being emotional. I just cried from seeing holy crap, this is it, Matchroom had the cameras going, they caught me slipping, they caught me slipping, but it just was it was breathtaking, the atmosphere, the stage, everything was just it was breathtaking to me, because at the end of the day, I'm from Chicago, from the south side of Chicago. I've never witnessed anything like this before in my entire life. Even I've been to a Bears game, a Chicago Bears game, a Chicago Bulls game, but I've been to Wrigley Field, the baseball, but nothing can compare to what Tottenham Stadium had. You know, like it's the atmosphere, everything, the ambiance. It was incredible. So like from that day forward, now I'm a big soccer fan. Like now I'm going to be watching soccer games because I want to see that feeling again. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's certainly a fantastic modern state-of-the-art stadium. It's absolutely fantastic. Just wanted to ask a little bit about what's going on with you now. Like when do you next? I'm going to like throw a few questions at you. Feel free to answer some of them, some that you don't have to answer. But just on my mind, when do you see yourself next fighting? Where do you think it will be? Do you think it could be perhaps at the next? Do you think you could fight at the Joshua Usyk rematch early next year? What are your thoughts on your next fight? Where are you at now?
My thoughts on my next fight, like I said today, like, you know, I got a little run in, you know, just to stay active and just to stay moving. Hopefully, like being realistically, hopefully I get out by the end of the year so I can get another fight, and I'll absolutely 100% for sure be on the Joshua Usyk rematch card. Like that's something that I want to do as well. Like, and I know that my team can make it happen. You know, like my guys at 258 are phenomenal, and they make those type of things happen. They, you know, like so always expect the unexpected with those guys, and they'll definitely make that happen.
Yeah, and cool. So that would be very exciting. I think that would be a fight that would be even bigger than the first fight. Have you, if you don't mind me asking, have you been given like an inkling? Do you have any idea where that rematch could be? We're being told there's a good chance it will be back in the UK, but could be in the US, could be in Saudi Arabia. What are your thoughts?
I haven't got a answer on that yet. Like we haven't even made it to that part. But I do know that they are going. The rematch will happen. I'm just not sure where.
Yeah, exciting times. So just on Joshua Usyk, we all saw what happened. Points victory for Usyk on Saturday. I don't think many people argued with the points decision. In a nutshell, what did you think of the fight? What did you think of Joshua's performance, and what do you think he needs to do to get that win in the rematch?
Oh, I mean, again, like Joshua, he's a great champion. You know, like he always knows how to adjust. He always comes back better than ever. You know, like even the Andrew Ruiz fight, like that's his job. You know, he's not the type of fighter to sit and dwell on the past. You know, he's gonna grow and he's gonna come back even better, like 10 times better. Like that's just his style and how he is. You know, like so I take my hats off to him for even like him being on that main stage was like incredible. You know, like from the ring walk to the media to everything was like it was so much, and like for him to be able to handle it like that, like I really take my hats off to Anthony Joshua. You know, like that's a big man. You know, like that's the big man. That's my boss. So, you know, like even if he wasn't, like I'll still take my hats off to him because to be able to handle something like that is incredible, and only very few can handle that type of stage.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think as I said, the rematch will be absolutely massive. Just kind of wanted to finish on. I know that you fighting in the UK last weekend would have given you great exposure amongst fight fans. Lots of people watching. How much do you stay in touch with boxing in Britain? Do you think you'll kind of tune into British shows more than now that you've been on a British show yourself?
Oh, 100%. The UK, the British, like Europe is my second home now. You know, like they treated me with the utmost respect. I've never experienced anything like it, and I don't think you like it here in the US. You know, like they such diehard fans in the UK, and like I'll definitely be back, like 100%. 100%. Like I hope that I have a ton of more fights. You know, half my fights, or maybe even more than half, are in the UK, just because of the fan base. To everything is just you can't experience. You know, and everything was so genuine. You know, and I think that I'll definitely take a look into British boxing a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. So sounds really good. I'm sure we'd love to have you back, Christopher. I think final question for me is one guy in your weight division fighting this Saturday is Chris Eubank Jr. He's up against, I think, a late replacement opponent who's expected to get past fairly easily, but we'll see. Do you know much about him? Just asking, just because he's same weight division as you, same age. Can you tell me much about him?
Absolutely. I've been watching Chris Eubanks Jr. and his father since I first started boxing, you know, like, and it was a last minute replacement. Why didn't they call me? why did he call me? And I actually saw Eubanks. I didn't know that he was fighting this weekend, but I actually saw him at the fights after the fights. Like I didn't even know that he was gonna fight. You know, I know he went through a family tragic, you know, with the loss of his brother. You know, and I gave my condolences to him about his brother, but I didn't know that he was fighting soon. But like, no, like I really hope in the future that one day me and him can get in there and throw down. That'll be awesome. I think that'll be a big fight for the UK fans and everyone. So I think that'll be really awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. I think he's certainly seen as a top British middleweight. I think most people would agree with that, and maybe fighting for a world title beginning of next year. So who knows what the future holds? But it's interesting that you bumped into him on Saturday night for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think, like, I look at us both like we're both like fan friendly fighters. You know, like we want to entertain the fans, and I think that if me and him was able to throw down one, you know, within the next year or 2 years, that'll be a pretty big fight. And, you know, like, I'm confident in my skills, and I know he's 100% confident in his skills. So that'll be actually pretty dope.
Yeah, fantastic. No, well, exciting times. Well, Christopher, thanks for giving me a bit of your time again. It's really appreciated. Glad that you got back to sunny Chicago safe and well. And yeah, it would be great to catch up again in a couple of months' time ahead of the Josh Usyk rematch for sure.
Absolutely, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to say, you know, thank you to London and everyone, because, you know, like, I learned a lot while in London. You know, not just about boxing, but just about being a man. You know, because you guys are so genuine. It's just so refreshing. You know, like you know. And it makes you, like, even like some people that are not humble, it makes you more humble, because it just shows you that what you can't take what you got for granted. You know what I mean? So, like, I just want to say thank you guys, and thanks all the media outlets and everyone in London, and the fans and everyone. I really appreciate you guys' support, and I'll be back.
No worries at all. Well, we really appreciate your time, and definitely see you at the next one.
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Christopher. All the best.